Hey guys, it's been a freaking busy day, so I want to jump right into it. Before I even get into what I did today, let me jump back to day one, when we actually did a photo shoot, where we got photos for, we were going to go out for product categories. The photos that we got were more for social, it turns out, and we're working on getting a lot of photos for our website. But also, photo shoot went really awesome. We got like 20 different clips of local farms, and we actually went to like a nice little farm market. So just wanted to give you an update on that. Like, it was really awesome. Shout outs to my videographer guy, Adam Drum. Awesome guy. Actually just started his own photography company with his wife, and it's also, I think it's, what's it called? It's The Adventures of Earth and Nature, I believe it's called. It's an interesting name. They're very, free-loving, earth, nature-loving people. Definitely going to be seeing a lot of work from them here on our site, as well as creating our content. Like these videos right here, I'm hoping that Adam will actually step in and, once we get going and rolling and get some money coming in, we'll be able to actually have a full-time videographer we could pay to actually start shooting some really top-notch content. So, little updates of today. Day's only half over, but had a meeting with Kiwi Tech, actually, and they actually help startups with their tech, or help what it seems like franchise their tech if they have a decent tech team, which we have a decent tech team. We could always go get the more advanced stuff when it comes to like blockchain and artificial intelligence, deep learning. We don't have a team per se for that, even though we can always hire out for that stuff when we need it. We're not even planning in that, and that's what these guys are more for, is integrating all of they're actually called a innovative technology stack, which I thought that was a resource for like server space when I first thought about it, but it's actually a combination of technologies used as a whole, like a holistic system with these integrated parts. It's very interesting stuff, something that we definitely will be planning for the future, more long term. So meeting went well. Basically, they offer a tech package as well as some income to get going, valued about $50,000 in exchange for some equity of our company. We basically left it at that, and we have another meeting scheduled at another time where we can discuss other details. So that was pretty exciting to go through. Like I said, I believe yesterday I was telling you, it just came out of nowhere. I was just messaged on LinkedIn by a co-founder of Kiwi Tech, and they set up a meeting with their vice president of strategic partnerships. So it was pretty awesome, very interesting to have that. Besides that, we've been really organizing and getting things in place for our pivot that we just survived last week. I say that very lightly because this pivot did take a lot out of me. I was explaining to my tech guy, like, I was so focused in this one direction, and then got my legs just taken right from underneath me, and I haven't picked my torso up off the ground yet. So it's been an interesting freaking week. So we've been figuring everything out that we need to do with our new model and with our new marketing, new customer segments, new revenue, new expenses, all these different things we had to go figure out. It's been a really awesome experience, to say that I've survived, like I said, because it was just so crazy how I was focused in one direction, and when I found out I couldn't compete, like, no one wants to wait a week for their food and pay extra. They're just not gonna do that. Not when they. That's why we actually pivoted towards more of a premium food, which is farm fresh food. So really exciting things to come. One thing I was just planning to get ready for was next week's meeting. Well, we're having like a meet up at one of the local spots here in Elmira with the Incubator Works, and that's what it's hosted by, is Incubator Works and a startup, Southern Tier Startup Alliance. And we have James Chapman coming from Chattanooga. He's an entrepreneur that I think it's Oil Drip or Oil Drop, where he actually did oil changes right to your home, so you don't have to go get your oil changed anywhere. But also, it's just what's interesting, very interesting about this meeting is that if you know anything about Chattanooga and its history, it was the term that's has been used, it's been carrying with me, is an underserved area. And might have been thriving in the 50s and the 60s, had great promise, but then things shifted, and after 40 years of being underserved, there's been a big group that actually redeveloped and helped design what Chattanooga has become. And if you don't know, Gary V, VaynerMedia, they have an office down in Chattanooga. There's been a lot of things coming up in Chattanooga, and the same guys that are helped redeveloping that area is actually helping redevelop our area right here in Elmira and the Southern Tier. If you're not familiar with my region, it's definitely underserved, as a great term to put for it. We were booming and thriving in the 60s, and then things shifted, and we haven't quite survived that shift. It's been very much of a struggle here for a great large portion of the population. So I won't get too deep into that. More details on what we've got going on. So we're getting ready to form. We were getting ready to take out a loan with a crazy amount of interest just to get going, and that hasn't followed through yet. I have to go do a bunch of different stuff to see if it will happen. And to be honest, totally honest with you guys, the credit cards with 24% interest is cheaper than this business loan interest rate that I'm getting. I don't know if it's my credit score is horrible. I'm not sure. Like it's not a 700 yet. It's close, but still over 24%, 25% is ridiculous. And I was still willing to take it because I know I can make it work. It's more about how fast we can pay this off, because there was no penalty to pay it off fast. It's not one of those loans that no, you got to pay us 30% no matter what. Like if we pay within 12 months, we'll actually save a certain amount. So that is the overall goal, and I am implementing all these different strategies to make it happen. Like I said, the credit card, we're even thinking about using credit cards for our loans instead. But even better than a loan is actually generating some income, side income, to really supplement things that we got going on. So, and that's more than just because I could use these credit cards to go advertise a business or a product or a service, and that's one way. That's some income, but I don't have to pay that back. So, but what if I could spend those ads on not just my business, because my business model is going to take a couple months for me to generate some revenue. So what if my credit cards could actually make some money for in the meantime? Like I can actually go pay someone on my credit card a service at a really reasonable price to go generate some sales for another service that I can offer, because I'm affiliated with a company that does offer those services. So it's like almost like I'm acting as the salesman. They might have I might have a 40%, a 50% commission on a service, and then I can offer a split commission with another salesman. That's what I'm hoping to do. But also we have services that I don't need to technically outsource, for auto generation income, but I have something that it wouldn't take me too much time, and I wouldn't need to split the sale with another company, and that's with lead generation. So because I have access to quite a couple different Facebook pages with some large audiences, and one in particular is one that we've built over the years called